This is a Facebook comment I got from one of my constituents. She said, well, I hope you guys in Harrisburg ain't planning to make the Pennsylvania skill games at the clubs illegal. Some of us can't get out to the casino to play the slots. I think that's important because there are folks who don't go to the casinos who want this kind of opportunity, which you folks are providing. But I also believe that there are a lot of knockoffs out there. And that's really the reason I think that we're here, is because there are some games that are just not games of skill. They're being marked as games of skill. And that gets back to Representative Mahaffey's question, which, as a customer, how does this lady, Sandra, when she goes into her club, how does she know that this is a legal, under the court's definitions, pay-o-matic game, or whether it's one of these knockoffs that somebody just slapped a Pennsylvania skill label on? And I think it really gets to the heart of the matter why you're here before us and why you're encouraging us to work with you on the legislation to regulate this industry. So, again, how do I, as a customer, how does anybody who's going into whatever club, wherever, how do we know that that's a legal game or not a legal game?
Well, again, there's a whole bunch of softwares out there, and what we would like to do is actually sit down with legislation and actually come up with something. For example, we utilize QR codes in our machines, where law enforcement, for example, when they go start using some type of enforcement on these illegal machines, they could have an app or some type of software where they would be able to go in and scan it with a QR code, knowing that they are our games, our Pennsylvania skill legal games, instead of these illegal games. So we would love to sit down and discuss that with you further.
With all due respect, we're not talking about waiting for law enforcement to come around and check them out. I want to know how the customer knows that this is legal, or whether they're just going to be pushing a button and a game that's labeled a game of skill is actually a game of chance. How does a customer know when they go to the club on Saturday night?
What we are doing at this point is we are telling our customers or potential customers, you can't have these games here and have ours. As a matter of fact, we will pull ours out because these are illegal. You know what we want to do as far as the legislation is concerned, and we want tough enforcement. We say if our distributors and our location owners do not abide by our rules, and you're going to find that our rules are very strict rules, then we pull out, and then we also report to law enforcement that the machines that are there are illegal machines.
I appreciate that, but you can't be everywhere all the time, can you?
No, we can't. That's why we need That's why we need more law enforcement out there, and we're hoping that we're pretty sure the revenue that comes in will be able to establish more law enforcement.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think this gets to the bottom of why we actually need to do something on this matter, and I appreciate the hearing today.